Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is for you, I'm Cycle, and welcome to more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. Today we find ourselves on the Standard tab, looking at the South London network. Why have I decided to do the South London network? Well, look what's highlighted over here. I want to do a 319 scenario off of the Midland Main Line because that seems like a fitting thing to do, and that's what we're going to do today. So you can see I have, by the way, what you're seeing here on my screen right now is I've taken some workshop scenarios and actually made them I've edited their names to show who made them, so it kind of shows a series in my list so I know what workshop scenarios belong to who. So that's something I'm doing myself. They don't actually show up this way. These are actually workshop scenarios you see on the screen. But if we scroll down, you're going to see the one I'm highlighted for today, DPS 1W82618 Bedford to Brighton. It's the Bedford to Brighton service. Now, if we were running the full service, we would be on the merged route, the Bedford to Brighton route that Danny Leach has made up, similar to the South London to Brighton route, which goes London Bridge to Brighton. But we are looking at the portion of the run that only takes place on the South London network. This is not the full run. This is a scenario made before that route ever existed. So we are looking at the South London network. Maybe if it did, maybe not. Huge difference. I don't know. But in any case, we're looking at just the South London network portion. We're going to be taking the service to several stops on the route, and we're going to be stopping, I think, at East Croydon or South Croydon, something like that. The route goes as far as South Croydon. So we're going to be stopping at some point along the way. And then another driver will take over, again, heading all the way to Brighton at that point on their own, because we're not involved. So let's go ahead and see what this old DPS scenario has to do with it. BC. I'm going to continue to scroll down for now. I have other scenarios here too. These are all, some of these actually feature DLC that I don't have installed right now. Like this one, for example, features a 455 Southern reskin that I don't have currently installed. It might be related to the old sound pack, which means I probably wouldn't be best to use it. I have to swap the stock in for the existing 455 AP pack. Or find a whereas copy of the sound pack. That's the other option. Then use the skins. I have the skins, just don't have the sounds. But so there are going to be scenarios like that in my DPS set, unfortunately. And you're going to see I have the AP scenarios down here as well. Those actual trains are installed, but there are trains in these scenarios that, again, use extra stock on the website. So I have a lot of scenarios for South London Network. I still have several DLC I want to explore for South London Network as well. But as you can see today, we are going to run the DPS scenario. That's what we're doing today. The reason being we just came off the 319. I want to keep using the 319. And when I come back into the game after this scenario, I actually want to do the 319 DLC on the London to Brighton route as well. So we are trying to do a bunch of 319 scenarios now while I am playing with that train. Let's get started. So it looks like we are starting at a red signal. I have no other information about anything else going on here so far because we don't have any introductory message, but there's the train we're driving. That's our 319. So let's find out where we are after I get the train set up. Taking a quick peek at the map by hitting number 9, we can see that we are indeed in this area right here. I have to do a pickup right here, actually. Let's do that. Is that what I'm supposed to do? No, I'm supposed to go to East Croydon. Well, I'm going to East Croydon, apparently. That's all I'm doing, so let's get moving. After we get this signal green, of course, I'm just going to pull up to the signal. I probably didn't need to go up that far. That's a heck of a view, isn't it? We'll look outside the train when we get going. But again, quick peek at the map to show centering where we are. Yeah, we're coming in from here. I was looking at it wrong. So we are coming in from that end of the route. And if I... Hello. If I turn around and go to the end of the train, you can see that behind me is where the route ends right there. You can see the buffers right there. So there's the front. There's the train coming in. And that is the 2E11 St. Albans to Seven Oaks service. We're going to wait for our green signal, and we will be on our way. On what looks to be an express run to East Croydon. We have no stops to make en route. We just go straight through. There's our green, or our yellow, rather. So we have a yellow signal. That means the next signal is still currently red. I'm going to start at 20 mile per hour speed limit. Again, you can see there's no actual career scoring. You saw it was a standard tab we're working with, so we don't have to worry about that. Just the one stop. We had the red because we were a couple minutes early, so we were weighing our path. One signal proceeds given, proceed to East Croydon, where another driver will take over. We just said that. So we are going from one extreme of the route to our stop at East Croydon. We're not continuing to South Croydon. We're going to stop at East Croydon, and that's the end of the journey for us. We're going to pass a number of stations along the way here. We can now go up to 60, so I'm going to start increasing our speed limit. We do have a yellow signal, and we can now go with that better speed limit for a little while anyway. I'm not going to go too fast because, again, there's no timing on this. We just have to get to our destination, and that is that. It is a double yellow, so I can actually go up a little faster than I might have otherwise. Those are two signals very close together up ahead. There is a 20 up ahead as well. That's going to slow us down a little bit. So I'm not going to try to call out every station that we go by, but just to show where we are, that first station we went by was Loughborough Junction. And if we continue onwards, or we are going to continue onwards, we're going to be going through Herne Hill. So I'm going to go ahead and, if I can, I'm going to go ahead and put the information on what the stations are as we pass them. I'm not going to try to call them all out unless I see them marked on the HUD, because I don't have them all memorized and I don't want to give you incorrect information here. But we do know the next station is Herne Hill. That is a single yellow aspect. I need to turn the wipers on, by the way. Another train coming in over there. We should see who that is. The 2M16 service to Orpington, it looks like. That is our red signal. You can see the signage for Herne Hill going by on the right. So I'm assuming this means there's a train actually in the way trying to clear our path. You can see the train actually right ahead there. That's 2D18 heading to London Victoria from Orpington, changing places with the train next to us, basically. That might be what we're waiting for. Oh, no, the other train is leaving. The one to Orpington goes ahead of us. Interesting. Dispatcher is having its fun with us today. Well, we're here for a stop, and we're going to wait here until we have clearance, because I think the path ahead, if I pop out of the train, you can see it is literally on our track. That's where we have to go. So we cannot pass until that train completely clears up ahead. And once that train does completely clear, we're good to go at that stage. So we're just following along with this train right now. I need to turn the camera view a little bit to be a little more smooth. Once he is on his way and out of our reach, we are good. And I think that's enough following another train, don't you? We're just going to wait for our clearance. So let's head back to our train. We have our double yellow. We are on our way. So somehow up ahead the path did clear. We just need to take the track over here. So as you can see, the train that left, it needed that small little piece of track that we needed. And that was why, strangely enough, we didn't get the clearance. Even though it was making a stop, the dispatcher did not give us clearance. I'm not sure the reason for that, but that's what happened. So we had to wait. Nothing we can do about that. We continue to have a double yellow. I think we're going to have another red up ahead at some point. Call it a hunch. There is a 15 up there, so it would not surprise me. Trying to decide how fast I want to put this train. Another service. 1W08 to Bedford. Now I'm going to put some brakes on. Step 2. Going to put it into full service because I'm coming in a little fast. And we're down to 15 where we need to be. Slightly early, but better early than late. Trains all over the place today. This is the service to London Bridge 2D76. We do have a yellow signal up ahead. We can now supposedly go 45, but we are entering a 20 because we're taking all the twists and turns along the way here. There is a 30 followed by another 20 up ahead. And then we're going to enter a 35 mile per hour section. That's a red. Or did I see the wrong signal? Let me just make sure. I might have potentially seen the wrong signal. No, that's a yellow. Okay. I saw the red and I had a little moment of panic. But we actually have a double yellow. We can go the speed limit. I forgot that we were actually on a double yellow already at that point, so we did not have to worry about the red there. Are we getting a warning for a speed change to the speed we're already going? Is that what we're getting? That is actually funny. Yeah, we're getting a warning for a 20. We're only going 20 right now. So, yeah. So we barely even got to get the train up to 25 before we had to bring it back down. There you go. Double yellow again. Another signal immediately following. And apparently we're on a downhill. It is a 1 in 68 downhill gradient. You will gain speed on this kind of gradient, to say the least. We're now on a double yellow aspect. So that's being treated as a speeding penalty, even though it's very, very minor. I'm sure it wouldn't be called out in any way. Realistically. Ooh, I almost drove that one. That was almost my fault. So now I want to get my train up to 35 miles per hour. Is that a single yellow? Or that is a single yellow. Okay, I was going to show you the map of where we are, but unfortunately I now have to stop for a red signal unless this... Nope, doesn't clear. So now I have to actually keep paying attention. Can't really show you the map right now. We're going to just keep going. We now have a yellow again. Just to confirm, that is our yellow. So we have a 50 speed limit, but that means nothing to... Oh, we have a 50 speed limit. We can continue. Now, the next signal block, where the red signal is much longer than the one we just got the double yellow for. So I don't think this single yellow is going to clear before we pass it at 30 miles per hour. So for this one, I'm going to watch for the red signal. That is indeed a red signal. And it turns yellow. As we get moving again into the tunnel, I'll just do a quick map check here to show you where we are. We are currently on this curve here. You can see the Brighton main line is way down here at this end, right down here. So we're currently in this area right here, heading towards the split where Crystal Palace is. We're going to take the line from Crystal Palace through here, and we're going to be heading down, it looks like, in this direction. Unless we actually... No, we're going to East Croydon. No, we're going to take a different route. We'll figure out where we're going when we get on that part of the route. But for right now... Our headlights might have been on. I don't know. You know, I'm going to check outside what our headlight condition is in a minute. For right now, we probably have a red signal up ahead, so we should probably slow down. That is a repeater indicating that we do have a red signal, so we do want to slow down. Did that just turn yellow? No, it's still red. Okay, good. Good to know. We did not pass the red signal, you'll notice. It's still hanging out just down there in the bottom of the window. We did go a little closer than we probably should have, though. That is a fact. So we're going to watch for that signal to change. There's the signal changing to a yellow. We are now going through platform number 2. At 15 miles per hour. As we approach Crystal Palace, we're probably going to take the junction to the south. And I imagine the train we're following is indeed heading to the end of the map on the one side. We're going to get a different path to the other side of the map. We'll check on that in a moment as we go through our waypoint at Crystal Palace. We are not stopping. But we do have a red signal. So it looks like we are stopping, but for different reasons. I hope you're enjoying this early morning service in the South London Network route, 7:48 in the morning. We get our yellow signal, so we are still following a train. Oh, we are in a 25. I thought I was speeding for a second. Phew. Since we are on a yellow signal, single yellow, I will wait at 25 miles per hour until I know that the signal ahead is clear. We're not going to increase beyond... Okay, let's not speed. Thank you. We're not going to pass that for right now. And what does the signal ahead say? I'm going to let the speed go above 26 now, but we have a red signal. So we do have to bring the train back to a stop. Never mind, we have a yellow signal. Again, though, I'm on a single yellow. I'm not going to go ahead and do anything funny here. Notice the path ahead shows a buffer, and we have not reached our destination of East Croydon. That means that the path is going to be changing for us when the train ahead of us clears towards that buffer. So it has to go past... There it is. So we've seen that, and we now know that we probably have a green signal where we need to go. But the game... we're in our realistic situation, we can't make that guess. We know we probably have a green signal, but we're not allowed to assume that. So I'm holding my speed until I can confirm. There's a train there. I couldn't get the number of that one. But we're going to wait until we actually see our signal up ahead is clear, and then we're going to go. That looks like a yellow signal. We have a speed limit of 20 on an upcoming section anyway, so I'm okay keeping it low for that reason now. Of course, the junction indicator is telling us to take that path at 20. I believe that's Norwood Junction up ahead that we're going to be merging in on. So we're going to be going by the Selhurst Depot. Not Selhurst Station itself, but the Selhurst Depot. So that path to the left goes towards the map end. So I'll do a quick map peek to show you. We are right there on this curve. This is rejoining the area to Norwood Junction and then the Brighton main line down to East Croydon. That is a heck of an increase in speed. 1 in 52 gradient. Quite a downhill. We have flattened out, so I'm going to go ahead and hop outside the train after this bridge to show you a view towards the Selhurst Depot. We're still going downhill because of the back of the train, but that should ease now. So let's take a look at the Selhurst Depot. Eventually, that's a row of condos. And on this side is houses and more condos, I guess. And that's the sunrise. I do have the enhancement pack for the Armstrong Powerhouse weather. The first version of that. I don't have the second version yet. You know, it's pretty expensive when you don't have a budget. That is now a green signal. I can clear up to 30 miles per hour as we go through Norwood Junction. We've hit a 70, but we're going to be getting dropped to 60 again immediately. We have driven the Norwood Junction path before, heading towards London Bridge or from London Bridge, both ways. It is indeed 70 for a while there until it changes speed again. This 60 is the Brighton mainline speed going into East Croydon. That'll eventually drop to 45 as you see up ahead. After East Croydon, it goes back to 60. Some platforms also have a 30 mile per hour speed limit. So we are now on the Brighton main line proper. There's the Selhurst Depot. So we're not actually going to take that back. We're not on the Brighton main line yet. That's the path into Selhurst Depot. Here come the tracks joining the Brighton main line to our right. And there's another track going off, it looks like, to somewhere else on our left. So we are now on the full of the Brighton main line, right to East Croydon stop. And that will be the end of our journey for today. This is a double yellow aspect. That means we have a red at the end of the platform, which is accurate for what we're doing. We don't want to go past there anyway. This is now a single yellow aspect, and we don't expect any further changes to these aspects. So I'm down to 15 miles per hour for platform entry, which is slower than I would normally come into a platform. I'd go 20 or 25. Perhaps, maybe even as high as 30, but because this is a red signal at the end and it's our last stop anyway, or our last signal anyway, we're going to be stopping anyway, so the few seconds that it costs us to go to a lower speed is certainly acceptable, especially where there's no timing present. So I want to just note again, this is a passenger pickup task. I'm going to pull up a little bit further and then we're going to open the doors. Before I open the doors, let's just look outside the train and confirm what the service behind us is. Way back here, you'll see that train. That is the 1H82 Littlehampton to London Bridge. So let's get back in our train, let's open the doors, and let's look at our train as we finish. And that should do it. We're expecting this service to London Bridge to eventually take off towards London Bridge. I am expecting to have some kind of ending box or something. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. I haven't seen anything pop up on my screen yet, but this is the end of the service. There it is. Well done, driver. You've successfully managed to complete all the tasks required of you this evening. Maybe the service is not taking off. Maybe it's just going to sit there and stay with us. Who knows? It's a long train. They have some work to do, apparently. Anyway, we are finished with this scenario. I hope you enjoyed this little quick run. This will be my Tuesday video, obviously, and I'm looking to, I don't know what's going to happen on the weekend yet, so stay tuned. I may only have one video this weekend, if any at all. I have a very busy end of the week, potentially up ahead. So I will just keep an eye on the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll let you know if, or you'll know if I have videos ready for the weekend or not. Otherwise, I will post as early as next week. So stay tuned for our videos. Make sure you like the video as well. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever is for your part of the afternoon. I'm Cyclone. I'll see you next time for more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. Bye-bye.